Hello everyone, I am Minal Zope, Assistant Professor of Computer Engineering Department of All India Shri Shivaji Memorial Society's Institute of Information Technology, Pune.
So see, this is the SR flip-flop. If you remember, this is the circuit diagram for SR flip-flop using NAND gates. Okay, so how the clock pulse, the waveform, input and output waveforms are triggered with the help of your clock pulses. Okay, so as we have already discussed, generally we use the positive edge triggered clock pulse. Okay, so see, this is the SR flip-flop truth table. So what truth table is saying that when your S and R inputs are 0, then the next state is what? No change state. No change means what? The present state and the next states are same. The meaning of no change means what? The next state is equal to the present state. Okay, then if your inputs 0 S and R are 0 1, then your flip flop is going to reset. If your inputs of S and R are 1 0, then your flip flop is going to set. Then if the inputs are 1 1 of SR, then that is the indeterminate state. Okay, and see at right hand side, this the waveform for input and output is given. Okay, input and output and the clock pulse also. So here the actually three inputs are there, the clock pulse, then S and R, and your output will be your Qn minus 1 state, that is the next state. Okay, so see here the clock pulse, as we are seeing here, the clock pulse is given. Okay, CP stand for clock pulse. This is my clock pulse. This is the S input and this is the R input, because we have to give 0 0 0 1 1 0 to S and R, right? Okay. Now see at the when the flip flop will going to change that their state. Okay, when SR flip flop is going to change the state, means when you will get the next state. Okay, so when your clock pulse is triggered from this 0 to 1, so at this moment your flip flop state will going to change. Okay, for this whole clock pulse, means for considering for the first clock pulse, there will be no change once the state is changed. Okay, again there will be the change when your clock pulse is going from 0 to 1. So again here in between this time there will be no change. Okay, then again here in the third clock pulse, when your clock pulse going from 0 to 1, the state is going to change. Okay, now consider that this Q is nothing but what? Your next state, Qn plus 1. This is the next state. Okay, because output at each time output we considered as a next state. Now consider here, see S equal to 0 at the beginning of the flip flop, or if you consider the previous state. So this is my present state of S and this is the present state of R. Means this is 0 0. It's showing what? 0 0, right? Okay, now when clock pulse age is triggered from 0 to 1, so at that time my next state will be activated. So what is the next state when S and R equal to 0? So next state is what? No change state, right? No change means what? Whatever the present state is, that will be my output state, and that will be showing in the output. This is the output of flip flop, right? This Qn plus 1 is the output. So here see, as S and R equal to 0, so whatever the present state, so that will be continue. So it is 0. Okay, so consider that the present state Q is, this is the present state now. See, this is the present state. Okay, and when you will get the next state here in the clock pulse, so that will be my next state. So that state will be continuous as 0. Okay, now in between this clock pulse there is no change. Again when the change will occur at the next edge triggered from 0 to 1, means positive edge triggered. Okay, now here consider that for this clock pulse when it triggered from 0 to 1. Okay, so here S equal to 1, and R equal to 0. S equal to 1, R equal to 0. So when see the truth table, S equal to 1 and R equal to 0. At that time, your next state will be what? Set. Means your flip-flop is going to set. And see here. So here my state is going to change and that will be set. So here the flip-flop is going to set. Okay, now for the consider for the next clock pulse. So for the second clock pulse, your flip flop is set. Okay, so when the third clock pulse occurred, when the third clock pulse age is triggered from 0 to 1, at that time again the flip flop state will going to change. So at that time, what is S and what is R? Okay, so S is 0 and R is 1. Okay, S is 0 and R is 1. So for 0 and 1, my flip flop is going to reset. So again you can see the change. So here the flip flop is going to reset. Okay, so this is the SR flip flop waveform that we can observe from the truth table.